Let's ride.
Broncos country?
Giants country. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Here, Charlie.
Woo. Hello, Charlie.
Yes. Oh my goodness, guys. We're here, and look who's back.
What's up, y'all?
Will Chehab back on the program. Will.
That's right.
AKA the Young XP.
Thanks, fans.
How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
It's been, we just deduced, it's been almost a year since you've been on the program.
That's
right. And, year into LA, how are we feeling?
So good. I've been so lucky. LA's been so good to me.
Yeah. Can we hear about some of the stuff you've been up to?
Yeah. So when I first got out here, I had no job, no apartment. Like, I road tripped with my mom.
Yeah.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom.
It was fire. It was so fun. And crashed at my Aunt Sue's for a week. Jesse was there for a night or two. And I walked into like 35 restaurants with a resume.
Just hire me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Katsuya bit. So I was running food at Katsuya.
Okay.
They were great. They're awesome. And they're very supportive of the film folks.
Industry people trying to get in and get out.
Exactly. Like they're very much like, because they have a lot of people there who want to make it up in restaurants.
Okay.
So they really foster that, and then they have the other people they know you have bigger things you want to do.
Right.
Like I told my manager one day, I was like, on a Friday, I told him, by the way, I just got told next week I'm working on a commercial as an art PA for a week. I won't be able to make it in. And he goes, yeah, no problem.
Word.
We'll make it work.
Do it, buddy.
Nice. Take it and run with it.
And
like,
is that sushi? It was Katsuya.
Sushi, yeah.
Sushi.
Dr. Dre's spot.
You eat at the same place as Dr. Dre?
I worked at the place he ate. I remember going.
Did you get free food there?
Yeah.
Nice.
They feed us. The chefs, oh my God, they were great.
Yeah.
Shout out. Yeah, they have some omakase.
Yeah.
It's a lot like one of those tapas spots, share plates.
Okay,
the classic
nice.
LA
Family style.
Yeah.
That's
So
good
good.
stuff. Okay, so but then you're not in the restaurant game.
No,
anymore.
I was working with I would work with my uncle's best friend, who's like another uncle to me.
Okay.
We call him my stateside uncle because my uncle lived overseas.
Okay.
It was,
domestic unk.
Exactly. Rocco Belic. He's awesome.
What?
Yeah,
that's the guy's name.
Yeah,
okay.
Rocco Belic. It's Yugoslavian.
This is the domestic uncle.
Yeah.
This is stateside uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uncle Jeff, he's out in London. But
okay.
Yeah.
Is Rocco Belic originally stateside unk? Is he domestic unk by birth? It doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, he's known me since I was in the womb.
Okay.
My uncles lived in like Kenya and India.
Got it.
In London
Okay.
since I've been alive. It's sick.
All right.
But yeah. So Rocco is trying to make a movie, and he goes, "Come out to LA. I can't pay you. I can't put you up. I promise we'll make something."
Get on set. We'll get you connections. We'll fucking do the damn
Even
thing.
then, it was like, dude, at the end of it, I would be in a hazmat suit in 100 degrees in Reseda. I'm not kidding you. Like, there's all these mosquitoes in his mom's backyard, and it'd be 100 degrees, and I would just, I'd fix jet skis. I've never done mechanics in my life. I took an auto mechanics class.
This doesn't sound like an art PA gig.
No, but there was a production designer attached to the project,
Okay.
Danny Stone. He's awesome.
Okay.
He got me onto some sets with him, and I got to build sets with him for a day on a short. I got to do like a commercial with him for a week.
Yeah.
And then he's directing a play right now. I'm gonna see you next week. I'm very excited for that. But yeah, and then I met a bunch of people through Rocco. Rocco takes me to a screening at his buddy's house, and one of the guys there, we struck up a conversation. The next week, I'm back home at Wrigley Field. I get a call. And he's like, "Hey, I'm working on a show."
This is at a Cubs game.
It's at a Cubs game.
Okay.
I walk out on the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And he goes, "By the way, we have an opening in the writer's PA position. We would love it if you're interested. You can interview." He said it's the worst job in Hollywood, and I went, "A job in Hollywood?"
He said, "No, it's
That's
not."
Yeah. No, it's the best.
Yeah.
And so then,
beats fixing jet skis.
Exactly. So the following Tuesday, I interviewed with one of the staff writers. The following Thursday, she calls me while I'm at Katsuya and says, "Hey, you have the job." And I go up to my manager right then, and I go,
Bro.
"By the way, I just got a job in a writer's room. I'm a coffee guy. I like to say I'm a coffee guy, lunch guy, morale man."
Nice.
And,
glue guy, locker room guy.
Exactly.
kind of.
That's my role.
Yeah.
That truly is the role, and it's awesome.
That's nice.
I never got on the court for athleticism. I got on the court for hustle and heart. Yeah. Grit, grind.
Yeah, first guy in, last guy out.
Exactly.
Lunch pail type of guy.
Exactly. Exactly. And then as long as the lunch is $20 and under per person.
Okay.
But but yeah, they, like I told my manager, you know, I'm scheduled through Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll work then. And then Monday I'll start at the new spot. And they were, that's awesome. Congratulations. You're welcome back anytime. That's why Katsuya is so great.
Yeah,
if you
that is
work
cool.
hard, they really respect you and want to help you get to where you're going, which not a lot of places do. And
are you allowed to say at the show that you were on? Okay.
So Sunday night, I finished at Katsuya. Monday morning, I walk into the Dune Prophecy writers room.
Dune. Now, we know that this is an IP-driven city, right?
Yeah.
The intellectual property runs this town, and it's hard to think of
That's what IP stands
a hotter
for?
piece. Yeah, I believe
I
so.
thought it was inverted penis.
Can we get a... No, that's what I think what XP stands for, is extroverted penis.
Yes.
Actually, I was going to ask you that. Like, we'll put a pin into it. We'll get back to it. I guess what I wanted to say was Dune, buzz. There's buzz on Dune. Dune's hot right now. This is a big production. But and I'm sorry to get stuck up on this because it's a very insignificant part of everything you're saying, but you said $20 stipend per person for lunch.
That's like the budget they give,
Yeah. And so to me, it's like LA is a city where it's becoming, I feel, increasingly harder every day to find $20.
She got average. Like certain like Thai food is really good. It's like $15. Mexican food, like one person gets a burrito, that's $10. Someone goes a little over. It's just got to average. Okay. It's got to be close enough. All right. You know, like, I mean,
you figure
some
it out.
accounting.
Yeah, and you're a smart guy. You're good on the fly with the number. You can make it add up.
Dude, like every week I go on maps and I try to look at every single restaurant in the area, see what we can afford to, what we can't. Because finding a place that 14 people
all agree on
enough,
and 14 writers, so like the most opinionated, people in the whole.
I mean, but they're great, and like I don't do it traditionally. You walk in with a bunch of menus, you say, "All right, guys, what are we feeling today?" Pick something. The other PAs who were doing VFX and post on season 1 when I got there, so writers were on one side, VFX post on the other of this building, and my desk was in the hallway in between.
Nice, you were the link, you were the connection.
Well, they didn't have enough office space, so it was really fun. I got to see everyone coming in every day, say goodbye to everyone leaving.
That is fun. Yeah, you get FaceTime everywhere.
Exactly. I got to know the post people pretty well.
That's cool.
And then we moved into the post side because it's just a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
But
you're a multi-hyphenate. That's fair to say. Yeah,
hype me up.
We can't put you in a box and say that you're one single thing because you do so much. And one of those things, you are, colloquially known in some circles as Chef Chehab.
That's true.
Chehab. And does baking, now that you see, like, have you tried your hand at baking?
Dude, I'm so bad at baking. When I cook with love.
Oh yeah, what does that entail? Like, it's just
what is it? One of the members of my family, she's like, you just pick the right ingredients, let the ancestors tell you when to stop.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So you hear them talking to you when you're in the kitchen.
A little more salt. I go, okay.
Yes, ancestors.
Okay, ancestors. Yeah. But yeah, so but no, I following a recipe and actually baking, not my strength.
That's interesting.
Like beyond waffles, bro.
And let's cut to the chase. The reason that you're here is you're here as the Young XP in part, and that is because you're wearing the merch. And where can people find your merch?
YoungXP.com.
Nice.
YOUNGXP.com
/shop, or they can just land on that page and find
right
it
away.
pretty easily.
YoungXP.com. Got it all.
Cool. And so we have we had a couple singles come out, correct?
Yep.
2 singles.
We have a music video in the works.
Nice. Interesting.
For a third single.
For the new single that hasn't released yet.
Yes.
And She's a Keeper, I want to say, has been doing numbers I love that song. It's stuck in my head all the time. And actually, did you listen to the new Drake Party Next Door album?
I did.
And so you've heard Nokia.
I did.
And Nokia kind of bit your flow a little bit on the hook.
There's a chance they made that thing like 7 years ago. Knowing now, it's like Drake, bro. This guy lives in the studio.
Yeah, I could have been from the vault, but I mean, I heard that and it just made me think. Well, Young XP was ahead of the curve on this one.
A lot of people like to bite my flow, but then again, great minds think alike. And I love Drake.
Right, and imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Exactly.
In a way.
So Drake, thank you for listening to my music.
Thank you for being a fan.
I would love to work with you, please, please, please. I would love to. Get a shout out here and there.
You'd love to hang out with them too.
I mean, like, we're both Jewish.
Have you ever been to Toronto?
I've never been to Toronto.
I think you would like it. I think Drake could show you a good time.
Show me around the 6, bro.
Show him around the 6.
I'm trying to run around the 6, bro.
With your woes.
With my woes. My new best woe.
Yeah,
Drizzy.
your new best woe, Drizzy.
Yeah.
And well, tell me a little bit about the album. Get the people excited for it.
Yeah. So this is my first rock album. Like rock first
genre
album.
Switch.
Genre
Nice.
switch. I've been like writing rock songs forever. Some of these songs I've written 3-4 years ago at this point, but have never had the guitar abilities to produce them. I produce all my own records.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm really excited.
So you've been
for
learning
this.
guitar.
Yeah, I took lessons senior year for a couple months, and then COVID hit, and then I just kind of would just go on YouTube and learn songs, and then I've got chords down pretty well. I could play rhythm in an okay band.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Like, still learning melodies, things like that. But yeah, it's been so much fun to make this album. It's taken me a lot longer than it normally does, because when you're just making beats, like, you can pound out a beat in 2 hours and just like have something.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to be a lot more intentional and make good songs instead of like okay songs or like songs. Yeah. I've been trying to learn how to sing.
How's that been going?
A little less auto-tune. We're just better at masking it now.
Yeah. But, that's all what it's all about.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Really. It's been so fun.
Yeah.
I've been loving making rock songs. I've been loving the reception. People seem to really like it.
Is there a like a connecting theme in this album?
Yeah. So the voicemails, the album. I'll
Okay.
release the title now. It's gonna come out in June. That's the goal.
Okay.
Leave a message.
Leave a message by the Young XP, coming out in June.
Yeah.
Okay.
No firm dates yet.
Okay.
Still have to finish up the last 3 tracks.
Okay.
Shouldn't take
How many
more.
tracks are we talking?
I'm talking 10 tracks.
10 tracks. Nice.
Deluxe after.
It's tasty. Oh, you're going to give us a deluxe? Oh, come on,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, A-side, B-side.
Let's go.
But there's so many. I've been writing this album for like 3 years. I've been like, in my notes, there'll be like this album and then this album. And then, like you can track when I wrote the songs. And the rock songs I would never make and never put out, because I'll write like 100 songs, produce like close to the final number that comes out. Like very rarely do I have a song that gets put in the vault. Yeah, which I probably should. But hearing some of these back, but it's like there's but this one definitely has like connecting leitmotifs, like all the voicemails. Okay, there's it's rock first. There are some rap songs, some dance songs, for the fans.
Yeah, you gotta
exactly. I can't
you can't abandon your roots.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta for the OG fans. I think, and I mean, there's been songs here and there that have like Weird and Crazy is one that kind of showed the influence. I Know She Knows on Tiger Coast. That one also shows the I've done Driving by Myself Without Music on Expansion 3. Like, there's songs that have shown
you can see you kind of moving.
That like have kind of like teased it. Okay. And like Crazy Equals Beautiful on Tiger Coast as well. Okay. It's just a shame Spotify took it down.
Yeah. What happened there?
Like my friend's song had like a YouTube beat on it, and it was a solo song, and then it got like shady plays. Flagged, yeah. Oh. So one of the things is like if your song they think it's inorganic growth, right? They take down the whole project it was on, not just the one song.
That's brutal.
Yeah. So and it was a good song.
Yeah.
Dancing in Your Jordans.
But we got so we got a snippet. Do you want to send that to me later and I can put it in post, or do you want to just play it through the mics right now? What do you think?
I'll play it through the mics.
All right, here we go. So this is a snippet from Young XP's new album, Leave a Message, coming out in June.
Never heard before snippet.
Wow, this is a 100 Days in Radio Hour exclusive.
And this one's called Pizza Hut Sucks. Let me make sure the volume is there.
Trust or trust. How did I let myself such a rocket? But my mind is racing when you're not responsive. I wanna fly myself to Denver just to see you in September. But my feeling not surprised, I won't be the only member of the club. Because you think that you're the one and only. I don't want my cause to show up as another. What is Pizza calling at 3 this morning? I hope that at least I'm apologized, cause Pizza Hut sucks.
Well, the guitar on that sounded great. I'm impressed, my friend. It sounded very fun, and I like the. It's again, I hesitate to throw labels on because I don't want to say something that you're like, well, no,
you can't
it's not.
Put me in a box. You can't put me in a box.
But there's I feel like there's like a pop punky kind of sound, but it's like a little grittier. That's fun. Did you ever listen to like Lil Aaron? Did you ever?
Never.
Okay, I think you might. I mean, yeah.
Listen to it on the way home.
Yeah, man. It's that's fun. So you're excited.
Yeah.
You're excited for it to come out. And
Very
what
excited.
you gonna try to do any live gigs at some point? You're gonna try to play this live?
I don't know. I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to get a band together. I don't know that many.
Yeah.
Music folks out here. I would love to get
some more.
Yeah, I would love to just like jam and have a band. Time is my biggest constraint right now.
You're a busy bee.
Yeah, I mean like my Monday through Friday work can go 12 plus hours, and then after that, it's like assistant drawings and everything.
Right.
I probably could find time on the weekends. I could find time to put in rehearsals and things like that. I just haven't made the effort with everything else going on.
You got so much.
Hunter Radio.
You have to come on the podcast at some point too. Yeah,
exactly. I got another exclusive for you. I'll be making a feature this summer.
A feature film. Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah.
This is the busiest guy in Hollywood. Okay, so tell me about this.
So Ben Lindy and I are co-penning the script. He's another Mish grad,
a friend
film
of the show.
guy.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'll be directing it. I'll be part of the producing team. Ben will be one of our co-producers. We're both probably going to have roles in it.
Okay.
I mean, one of the characters' name is Will.
All right, that's going to be you.
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole.
You got a role for Big Daddy over here?
Dude, I have roles.
Let's go.
We can double you up.
I can read for whatever, man.
Exactly. I would actually really, really love if you were in this movie.
There we go. It would be my pleasure.
Yeah, and so basically the movie, the idea is that how everyone are just so reliant on dating apps in order to get involved with people.
Well, I host an open mic, and every single slot at an open mic, there's at least 3 comedians that open with, these dating apps are crazy,
Yeah. So the idea of this movie is that dating apps get banned.
Okay.
And a generation that is so reliant on them and doesn't really know how to date without them now has to get out in the world and meet
talk
people
to
and
people.
And so we're trying to call up some of the issues with that.
Okay.
And we're just following intimately how it affects some of these characters' lives. It's got some Linklater vibes to it. More than like a plot central focus. It's very emotion focused. Okay. And we figured, let's make a movie where we can just put our friends in it, have a bunch of fun. We have access to a camera because Rocco, shout out
Uncle Roke.
Yeah. We got access to lights from him. We got, like my dad for Christmas got me, I don't bet you. My dad he's got to get one. Like he's the Lebanese side, he's Christian. He's got to have one. And might as well make it the best one. I fucking love Christmas. But
you seem like you would love Christmas.
Oh, I love Christmas. I'm not one of those like caroling dudes. I'm not gonna like. Well, I like Christmas because the eats are good. I love giving the gifts.
Big ol' ham. Yeah, you like to see your family and friends smile. You put on a Santa hat? I feel like you put
on a Santa hat. On like, my mom will get us like onesie PJs to wear. Yeah. And like, that's really fun. But we just got Star Wars Christmas ones, which I thought was so funny because I was like, like we watch Star Wars as a family, but we're not like a Star Wars family. Yeah. Like we don't watch any of the shows. Yeah. We don't go to the movies. My parents hate sci-fi.
Okay.
But we like Star Wars.
My
mom was like, these are on sale. Yeah. They're cute. But, she can't online shop for herself anymore.
Why is that?
As much. Because my dad doesn't like how much money she spends.
Got it.
So, but she can do it for us.
Oh, yeah, she can buy stuff for the babies.
Exactly. And then it's
nice.
like, helping us out.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
That's nice.
A little Viore every now and then. I'm like, Mom, shout out. Mom, I love you. Find my love in Viore and Marine Layer.
Is that a cologne? I don't know what that is.
No, it's sweatpants are Viore.
Oh, okay.
It's like the comfiest, dude.
Let me feel this.
Comfiest brand ever. They're very durable.
Nice.
Dude, their work pants are amazing. They're expensive, but they last. Oh. They're so nice. You feel like you're just getting a hug from the waist to the ankles. They're very flattering on the butt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel? How you been feeling about like your butt? Like, do you like?
My dad said there's an age in dude's 20s where it gets bigger.
There's an age in your 20s where it gets bigger.
I guess so.
And how old are you now? 23.
23.
23. Okay.
LeBron year.
It's LeBron year. It's Jordan year. And and you haven't seen any. Have you seen any noticeable ass growth?
More noticeable comments. A lot more comments.
Interesting. Yeah. And you think that's the Viore or that's the build?
I think it's a bit of both.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But, that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, we love Christmas. Anyways, but yeah, my dad got me these lavs that are plugged into your phone.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no, those are nice. I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen those.
Yeah, and he says he got some for some video he made for his clinic. And, like, he says they work great.
Okay. Wait, and so who did you say was directing this? Or
I'll be directing
You're going to direct it. And who's going to shoot it?
We don't know
We don't know yet? Okay.
So our goal is to finish the first draft within the next, like, 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Get it out there to people who are really commit to this project. Yeah. Get everything going. We want to get our above the line kind of secured. Go from there, and then shoot hopefully July and August on the weekends. Okay. Or during the week. Like if we can shoot during the week,
sure.
You know, we can shoot this way quicker. Yeah. But like it's hard to.
We'll see how you're gonna be able to do that. Yeah.
Well,
the show will be wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah. The writers. Who I don't know what the future looks like for me in that sense, but they film it in Budapest. Show.
They might bring you there. They probably
I don't
wouldn't.
think so. I floated it out.
You're like, I can find lunch spots in Budapest.
Yeah. I was like, what do you guys need hands? I got experience. And when the response from it made me think, oh no, they weren't thinking about it. It's very expensive to bring an American.
I'm sure.
I mean, I was talking to Ben about it with his
gig.
Yeah, but it's one of those like if they don't ask me, I'll just grind, find another job, or I'll make this movie.
Okay, so we can maybe expect to see this released winter or next, or maybe 2026. We don't know.
Too far out.
A lot in the air, but it's an exciting development.
Shoot the thing first, yeah, and like it's just gonna be getting the boys, getting the girls, getting the squad together, getting everybody to have a good time.
The folks,
yeah. No, it should be a fun movie. Like there's some good moments of comedy. It's got a lot of heart, I think, and I think it really captures what it's like to be young.
Nice, dude. Oh, that's nice. Well,
so be ready when Hunter Davidson makes his Sundance debut.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait. I think, I'll play any role you want. I can do. I can do serious. But it's not you could probably find someone who's.
I really just want real. It's not.
Yeah, and I can do real.
And there's certain roles like I think you could be great at. Like just two characters. I mean, it really depends how big of a role you want. But like
as big as possible. Obviously.
Yeah. So like, in terms of some of the leads, like there are some people I think you could play really, really well.
I'll read for whatever, bro.
And like one of the characters is pretty funny.
Nice.
And has some nice moments. And I think you could do a good job.
Is there kissing in it?
Tons. A lot of male nudity too.
Full front?
No.
I could show butt.
Yeah.
I'm fine showing butt. I got a hairy ass though.
Oh, me too.
Is there gonna be an intimacy coordinator? Maybe Marissa could be intimacy coordinator on this. Would you be fine with that? We gave Marissa a mic for this episode.
That's
Go ahead and chime in.
Marissa has a mic now.
Woo. Okay. And so that's a yes or a no on intimacy coordinator.
I don't want to be around your hairy butt.
Okay, got it. That's actually very fair.
Well, after reading this Paltrow thing where she hated the intimacy coordinator.
The wait, what?
Gwyneth Paltrow said the intimacy coordinator.
I read this. I read this. This is a good segue. We'll go into our first.
I've been I've been acting. I did some acting at school. I actually took a class out here for a little while. Unfortunately, I had to stop because of time. It was just hard to give up like 7 hours on Saturday.
Yeah.
But and like I just wasn't committing to it enough. But it was but like when you're acting and you're cool with the other actor, and you're just like, hey, are you cool with this? Are you cool with this? And it's like, yeah, whatever. It's like you both know it's for the work. You know it's for the art.
Closed loop professionals.
It's right. Like you want to have chemistry, but like you both know it's like it's part of the job. It's whatever. And I've worked with people doing intimacy stuff, and it's made it so much more comfortable.
So bringing a third party here, it's like, dude, you're not.
Two's a party. Three's crowd.
Yeah.
But no, it's one of those like it's very awkward to have someone be like, all right, show me where you want to put your hand. Like it's very robotic.
Right.
And I know, like me personally, I'm respectful enough to know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
I respect the other person. Like if anyone did anything, like, okay, the next take, let's not do that. They're like, okay, like sometimes it's easier just to communicate one-on-one, but I do think intimacy coordinators are very valuable.
Sure.
And in certain situations, are very necessary. It can really take the edge off, especially like I'm writing, directing, and producing and starring in this.
Right.
So like someone might not, if like someone doesn't feel like they can say no to me, we want someone on set who they can go to and feel comfortable with, who can like be a liaison of communication.
That's smart, dude. That's nice.
Like what it ends with us, probably could have used one.
And I read that Honora didn't have one on set.
Right, but it felt like what the actor's probably just comfortable in there. And Sean Baker, I think, because he's done so much of this type of stuff, probably knows how to navigate it. I'd love to get a master class on just like how he does it.
Intimate from Sean Baker,
or just like how to make a very edgy movie, but everyone has a great time. By Sean Baker.
That is interesting. That's gonna be a challenge. That's gonna be. What would you say? That's probably one of your biggest challenges undertaking yet. Writing, directing, starring, producing a feature. It's a lot of hats on a huge project.
I would do. And we're like, the problem is we can't pay anyone.
Right.
You know, it's a classic, like, we'll have lunch for people.
Yeah, we'll feed you.
Yeah. But like, I'm one of those people where I like to like work with people. I don't like to forget about people.
Yeah.
It's like if this, let's say, dream scenario, this movie goes places, it sells, it makes money. I'm not just going to take a check and cash
and
it
be
in.
Like, bye.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be like, all right, here's what gets divided amongst everybody. Like, we will have it fair. Our producers, whoever they will be, will know that in advance. And also when it comes to the intimacy stuff, like, we're putting everything pretty explicitly in the script of like what it looks like. So you'll know what you're walking into.
Yeah, you know what you're getting.
It won't be one of those.
Not gonna
like,
blindside anybody.
It won't be like then there's a sex, then they have sex. It'll be it's a little more detailed than that. So because like if you just keep it vague, there's so many ways it could look that could affect the movie.
Yeah.
But like saying two people make out, it's like okay, that's
we know
what
what's happening.
Like.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun.
And I'll make out with anybody too if one of these characters has more makeouts. Yeah, guy, girl, bro. I don't.
Yeah. Well, there's one character who's
you gonna cast Caleb White in this. I'll make out with Caleb.
Oh yeah.
I'll make out with
Caleb and Owen for sure.
I'll make out with both those guys.
Yeah, don't worry, you won't have to. But there's one character who I think you could be good for.
Okay.
Who's making out with a girl in a bathroom at his aunt's house he's throwing a party at, and they accidentally hit the bidet, and it starts shooting out the toilet. And he can't turn it off, and the bidet's squirting water in the face.
That's great. That's a great gag. I like that. I'd love to play that character, man. That's very exciting. Congratulations.
Thank
you. Well, I guess let's segue. We brought up Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh no, I did want to say, just in the theme of like, remembering who you came out. Like we were talking about Danny McBride before this started, and I was listening to him on Conan the other week. And it's just like, I feel like all of the people that I really like respect and want to embody are people like McBride and his crew, or like the Workaholics guys, like these groups of people that met and started fucking around with shit when, they were in film school or when they were just messing around. And then it's like, well, let's keep making stuff with each other because we like each other. We have this chemistry already. And then, I think it's so cool to see those groups grow together over time.
Right, because like finding people who are good workers is not easy.
Yeah.
Finding people who are good workers and you like
near
even
impossible.
Harder. But I've been so lucky in every experience. I've just met the nicest people.
Yeah.
Like I've been on sets where the 80s, like one of the nicest guys. And being an 80s is a tough job.
Right.
You have to keep people moving.
You got to be kind of bossy. Yeah.
Exactly. But this dude was on this commercial I did. He like was just very nice, very respectful, and because of that, people listened to him and like let him like do his thing, and everyone understood. Yeah, when everyone understands what they're working towards too, that helps having everyone on the same
common
page.
Goal.
Exactly, because it's a team effort.
Yeah.
It's a team effort, and like I really just want to make a movie with my friends. I love doing it, and it's like we make this one, it could suck.
Yeah,
and then we just make the next one, and it might suck a little less.
It'll be better. Yeah,
and like that's what it's all about. I mean, like this one dude, who's he told me like, when you make a movie, you're going to fuck up everything but one thing. And then you're going to make your second movie, you're going to fuck up everything but two things.
There you go.
And he's like, that's the progression.
And
that's
you just
why.
Make a movie until nothing's fucked up.
Not even. He's like, you'll always fuck something up.
Yeah.
But he's like, it becomes less and less, and you really, it's like in your mistakes you learn. And I feel like if we're not taking big swings, we're not going to learn as much. Like if we just did the safe thing of let's just make like a 5-minute short, two people in a room talking, see if it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it'd be fun. I would love to do that. I mean, these guys, I make great sketches.
Best,
like,
yeah.
they're very good at that.
Right.
I could not do that.
And it's not what you came here to do.
I was like, I want to write and direct movies.
Yeah.
I love to act as well. I would love to do that. How can I do that? Well, no one's just gonna magically hand me the ropes.
You're like, here's a role for
and
you.
then having something tangible we can show, like, look what we did. That even if that movie never sees the light of day, the fact that it's in everyone's back pocket who works on it, it's like, wow, you have experience, you've done this. Yeah. And who knows, maybe it goes somewhere, maybe it doesn't. But I mean, if you make really good friends and collaborators out of it, that's what really matters. Because we're so young and we're so early in what we're doing that, like, if we make lifelong friends from this type of thing, that's more valuable than, like, you know, trying to step up in your career. Yeah. That stuff falls into place.
Right. You know? You just gotta keep moving, man. I love that. That's beautiful. And have you ever thought, like, you know, a Young XP soundtrack to this film or scoring a movie? Is that
scoring is tough, dude. Yeah. I do not have like the classical composition. Right. Yeah. I don't have like scoring a movie is a lot tougher because in music there's almost like rules you can follow and you can make.
There's a formula that can make a formula. Song.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you can do that and it works, and there's ways to tweak around it. But like it's very simple, it's structured, and it's short. Scoring a movie, like really finding, I don't know as much how to find like emotion in the chords and things like that. I don't know. I know how to communicate that to someone. Like this is the vibe.
Make this feel a little spookier, yeah.
Even then, I'll be like, what if we try throwing a 7th out of 9th?
Oh, okay.
I can get a little technical with it, but there's just other people who are much better at it, and I'm not gonna put my time into that because I want my writing. My directing and my acting
to be better, and then I'll find somebody that's better than me at this to do that.
I mean, that's what it's a team effort.
That's what it's
all
about,
like like there's way better actors than me. Like take Caleb, take Owen, they're both much better actors than me, and that's why I want them in the movie. Like strengthen it. Like I'm pretty much playing versions of myself in this.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only roles I can play.
Exactly, but like I got enough training where I really learned how to act instead of just say lines. Right. And I learned how to act instead of imitate. Okay. And that was huge. Yeah. But
and I've always heard that acting is reacting.
Yeah, well, it's like you can do a scene. Someone does one little thing differently. The scene should be different every time. And it really matters like how you come into the scene. I really got taught to believe with my eyes. Like my acting teacher, she would be like, I look in your eyes and you're just staring into space. You're not looking at the object. Like we can tell.
Yeah, we know that you're just thinking about your next line or whatever, waiting for them to cue you for your line.
And when you just have it memorized and you just walk in and you feel what's going on and you're in the moment. And she's great too because some acting teachers are like, for this line, have this motivation. For this line, have this. She's like, you're walking in a room. What's your goal? How are you feeling? She's like, we're people. We can feel a million things at once. Feel them all. Know what you came in to do. And then what they say will trigger how you feel. And like really listen, take a deep breath, be present. It's just like you're almost like you're just living as that character in that space. And even though you know what's coming next, you don't. You're not supposed to. And that's what's so fun about it. And like the scene I did for like the entirety of my class, it was a pretty long scene. My scene partner, he was great. And there were some days where he did it in one way and some days he did it in another, and that was also based on how I came in. Yeah, and so like there were some days where we did the scene and she was like, that was good, but it wasn't great. And then there's some days where the scene was completely different in just how we were, and my acting teacher was like, that was brilliant. And like we even got like applause from the class, which never happens. I mean, like there were like moments. There were moments where where you think to yourself, wow, I could actually do this. But like I'm fresh and I wasn't in the class that long. And I learned so much, but there's so much more to learn. Yeah. And it's not like I was able to do it consistently. That's what's nice about the camera. You have takes. You have takes.
Well, awesome, dude. Man, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to. I'm sure as that progresses, we'll be talking more about it. I did want to segue into some talk. We're trying to. Me and Marissa have been talking. We're trying to sort of start, changing the show a little bit, trying to make it a little broader. We're trying to move away from interview style and more towards just banter and, discussion topics, stuff like that. Obviously, we had to get the scoop on the Young XP.
Yes.
The people needed to know. But, now we used to do a segment called News of the Week, and News of the Week was a segment that I love because I try to follow current events in the news, and I like all that stuff. But lately the News of the Week has been a real downer, real bummersville. So we're thought, okay, well, there's still stuff happening that we can talk about. We don't have to talk about the
boys' worst nightmare, bro. That's what happened this week. I know where you're going with this.
So we're doing it's sort of pop culture. It's part News of the Week, and we got a couple of things we want to talk about. And the first one is the biggest story of the week, and it is a news story. It was the boys. The boys had a bungle. The boys
fucked up.
The boys dropped the ball here.
Yeah.
For those
we all got the head of Atlantic in our contacts. Like
we've all
added someone in a group chat by accident.
But we have though is the thing, and that's like it is but it's okay. So
let me put it this way:
yeah.
If a doctor texts a patient privately,
yes,
that could technically be like a breach of security and things like that.
Okay,
but it's just a direct form of communication.
Yeah.
It's actually better for the doctor-patient.
Right.
Like, technically, a doctor could get in trouble for not communicating with the patient
going through
the
proper
portal.
channels. Yeah.
But when you're talking about bombing Houthis and things like that.
So for people that don't know, the current Secretary of Defense of the United States of America, a very important cabinet position, is a guy named Pete Hegseth. And Pete Hegseth is basically basically a drunken podcaster, more or less. So, if that's where but that's where the similarities between him and me stop, because Pete Hegseth is,
I'm not a fan.
By Trump's words, a bad hombre. He's He's in the basket of deplorables, I think.
A lot of bad hombres doing things right now. I'll get political, man.
Let's fucking talk about it. We try to be okay. So here's another thing:
before you vote, that's all I gotta say.
Just try to vote for your interests at least.
Exactly.
But the thing that I keep seeing, it keeps popping into sort of my what would you call that, orbit, stratosphere. It's in the ether, and I'm not fully tapped into it because I'm off Twitter. I'm off.
Never been on
Facebook. Oh, I was on it too much. That's why I'm off.
It's a wild west out there.
It's a real scary place. The everything app I was referring to, of course, but I call it Twitter still.
You're a real one. Hunter Davidson is the realest.
But I keep hearing in the ether that the left needs a new Joe Rogan. The left needs their own Joe Rogan.
I think the left could probably poach Joe Rogan.
Yeah, well, the left's Joe Rogan used to be Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And then but now they're looking for a new sort of guy, and I'm like,
Hunter Davidson would be a great one.
I'm a young buck. I got gumption. I got chutzpah.
Yeah.
And I believe in unity.
And you're an ethical man.
I'm a good guy. I got a heart of gold.
You abide by your moral conscience.
I have a moral compass.
Yes.
I have spine, I think.
I would say you have spine.
I think most people you ask would
you are
say
one of
that.
the realest people I know.
Oh, man. Thanks, man.
Very true.
Well, I appreciate that. And I feel the same way about you. So, look, the point is, what?
Isn't Joe Rogan pretty angry? Wouldn't you need to be angry to?
No, I would say Alex Jones is
Alex
more
Jones
angry.
is the angry guy.
Joe Rogan is curious, and I'd hate to say this, but stupid, but an unintelligent man, in my opinion.
I heard this dude say he was either the smartest dumb guy or the dumbest smart guy.
Yeah, that's a fun.
I don't know the guy.
That's a fun way to put it.
I don't know the guy personally.
Well, I shouldn't call him stupid.
Right, I've heard from people who know him personally that he does a lot of very good things, like putting people up, and one of those with your
in
friends.
the comedy community, he's established something of an empire, and he's turning Austin into a comedy hotspot, and these are cool things, but
the thing is I think people expect you they think when you listen to a podcast, you agree with everything on it. I listen to podcasts where I disagree with most of the things on it, but I think it's more important to learn the entire picture of something. You want to see every perspective. You want to intake ideas and then filter for yourself what's right, what's wrong.
You want to think critically. That's an important thing to do.
And I'm no sheep. You know this.
You're a free thinker if there ever was one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Yeah, exactly. It really is. But it's one of those. You have the power to decide what you believe and what you don't. And if you're unwilling to expose yourself to ideas that challenge yours, how are you supposed to grow?
Yeah, that's how your brain gets smooth.
And that's how we get these and that's how we get these echo chambers that just like one of the writers was asking me why I think 18 to 20 year olds he's like 60% of 18 to 20 year olds voted for Trump. He's like, why is that? And I was saying, like, because I voted for Kamala. I'll wear that with a badge of honor.
Hell yeah.
But it's one of those things where in their spheres of the internet, in their like forums and everything, Trump made the outreach. Like, he was going on a comedian's podcast. He was doing a press tour that garnered hundreds of millions of views amongst young people. First, I heard one of the podcasts I listened to say it was flagrant. They invited Kamala on after their Trump episode. Or before they even had Trump on, they invited Kamala and let her know he was coming. But her team said no. It was too dangerous. And so I was like, I think there's so many things about it, but like a lot of these guys weren't exposed to other ideas. Young men are pretty insecure, will never admit it. And like take it out in certain ways. And when like they hear someone speaking partly to what they want to hear, they'll kind of just ride the bandwagon.
These 18 to 35-year-old white dudes are getting just gigafried in the brain.
The manosphere, the Red Pill community, it's so bad. And no one's going out anymore. Like, bars are shutting down. People aren't going out because we have too much entertainment at home. I mean, like the iPhone is probably one of the worst things ever.
Reels for
I mean, think about it. All right, let's get back to this group chat thing.
Okay, so Pete Hegseth, defense secretary appointed by Trump, was a Fox News commentator. Now he's in charge of this country's foreign defense policies. And so he starts a Signal group chat. Signal I was only familiar with for use of buying and selling illicit substances. I'm not saying that I ever used it for that, but that's how
Telegram?
I knew of it.
I mean, tell a hoo-ha?
Tell a what?
Tell a what?
Tell a what? Okay, so he starts a Signal group chat, and in there he's got the boys. He's got JD, Vance. I believe Marco Rubio.
Marco was in there.
He had who else do we have?
Yeah, like every important person besides
all
Trump.
The worst guys you could ever
like everyone who could like blow
see.
up like a town was in that chat.
Every person you see in Congress with nothing behind their eyes is in this chat, and so they're texting, but also added to the chat is Jeffrey Goldberg. Who is
editor-in-chief of the Atlantic.
In charge of
who didn't think it was real until the strikes happened, and he went, "What the fuck?" And he got out of there.
In this group chat, like
Tulsi Gabbard was in there.
I haven't even thought about Tulsi Gabbard in a while.
She was pretty silent. Smart.
I was gonna say, did they let MTG into that chat? She's probably too free. They probably don't fuck with her. But so they
bro, she would screenshot it for fun.
Yeah,
she's like, guess what we're doing?
Like, we're having fun in the group chat. Look at me.
American flag emoji, firework emoji, eggplant emoji.
Jeffrey Goldberg thinks he's being pranked by the highest ranking officials besides Trump of the United States government. Because they're saying stuff like, "Nice job, boys. Op is going as planned."
And then they're giving very specific details. Of, like, what made it so bad was they put the military strategies in there, and that messed some things up. And then it was in like a WhatsApp group or like a text message group. And the thing is, like, when a doctor texts a patient that stuff, I mean, it's not bad at all because it gets information directly to the patient. When the doctor or when your security officials are putting that out, lives are at risks, both for on both sides. And like a lot of innocent people can get hurt because now you have terrorist groups using them as like shields. You have like American soldiers who can get shot down.
It's just so blatantly a stupid thing to do.
And the worst part about it is, like, there's no accountability in terms of, like, if you just say, we messed up, this won't happen again, we'll get a lot more serious and you lock it down, people would be much more willing to say, that was dumb. move on.
And with the way things are going, it'll be forgotten about in 2
right,
days.
but it's all deflect,
yeah,
wait, which I hate this lack of accountability. It's child's play. I mean, we've become a laughing stock. We pissed off Canada.
Yeah, it's going to take
what's wrong?
to get Canada's goodwill back.
Hopefully it'll take 3 years, man.
We'll
but
see. Okay, so Hexaf fires off fist bump, American flag, fire emoji.
USA.
Bombs start falling in Yemen.
Ooh.
Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic says, "Oh, this was real." And it becomes, sort of headline front page news. Now, we got political there, which I'm not mad at, but that wasn't the purpose I brought it up. I wanted to sort of use it as a jumping off discussion topic. What is like the
dog? I might have to plead the fifth.
The worst thing you've ever sent, like the biggest mistake you've ever made regarding a group chat?
In 8th grade.
Yeah.
There's a little squad, me, one of my buddies, and these 2 girls. And then there were a bunch of little 3-person group chats. Yeah. And I really liked one of the girls. Yeah. And it felt like she liked me. And, but like I would ask her to hang out, or I was being kind of like evaded, stuff going on. Yeah, she had some, this is like 8th grade, but she had some like on again, off again, X, And I thought I was texting the 3-person group chat, the other 3, this whole thing, like, I don't understand this and that. Like, I like her. Why doesn't she just like be with me? Like, I'm a good guy. This guy sucks. What's going on? And I sent it to the 4-person group chat, and I got oh, wow, Will, so this is what you think of me? And I was like, ooh.
13-year-old.
Yeah, heartbroken. Oh, my God, it was so bad. Like, we had plans to go to the beach, canceled. We had plans to get some ice cream, canceled. Yeah, all of it. All of it. I mean, luckily, that person and I are friends today, so it's all good. But
I've done the send the screenshot
to the person. Yeah.
That is...
I mean, I rarely ever screenshot text or show text. Like, I don't... Yeah. It's a private form of communication.
Right. I haven't done it in a while because I think I did it one time when I was 14, and it was the most mortified I've maybe ever been in my entire life.
And then you kind of think for a second, wow, being kind of a dick.
Yeah, imagine being on the other end and just being like, oh, so they think everything that I just said is the stupidest thing ever.
So bad.
And man, I'm a big text reactor. I like to react to text, but I've run into some issues where it's like hard to sort of discern. Like, sarcasm is hard to discern on text.
Yes.
And
you have to really know the person.
Yeah, and I'm friends with so many people that are like joking all the time,
comedians
just doing constant bits, and so
that joke that goes wrong,
dude. And I've done that obviously, but I've gotten in trouble for like and times like I go home, I'm in a different time zone, and I wake up late. I don't wake up early. I have a remote job, and I sort of smoke myself to sleep. So I usually wake up in a bit of a stupor, and I check my phone immediately, obviously. Yeah. So and so sometimes I'll read something and I'll be like, oh, that's pretty funny. Like, only sort of half, probably, and I'll toss a laugh on there. And then I'll get like frantic text messages from other people being like, "What the fuck is you thought that was funny?" And I'd be like, "I misread that one completely."
I have such a sick sense of humor too. Like, people will be telling me like stories about how they were like so upset by something, and I'll just laugh, and I'll laugh, and it's partly because I have like the writer's mind in terms of like something bad happens to me. I'm like, oh, let's put it in the show.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, we can make something.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, I had a thing where I was supposed to fly out to see someone. And 2 days before, they canceled on me. I got dumped on FaceTime, and I was like, "Oh, this is so tough." And then I was like, "It's pretty funny." Like, what made it funny was like having to go into Katsuya later that day. And it's like, "You good, Will?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just got dumped." Or like, there's like things people tell me, and I'm like, "That is objectively funny. You will laugh at that at some point." But you can laugh or you can cry about something.
Right. And like, my thing is like, I'll laugh. I laugh at everything.
Yeah.
Just because it's just my reaction. It's uncomfortable, sad, embarrassing, fun, like anything, I'll laugh. And then I'll have to be like, it's not funny. It's just what, and people are like, all right, fuck you.
Well, I'm more of like a double down guy. I'm like, That is objectively very funny.
That was funny.
I'm very sorry that happened.
That is funny.
But like we both have to recognize that as hilarious.
Well, speaking of getting dumped, the other bit of pop culture news we have to discuss is Sydney Sweeney, who sort of in 2024 kind of became America's sweetheart, would you say?
Even earlier than that.
Yeah, I guess Euphoria kind of. And then 23 maybe, I guess, was when that Glenn Powell movie.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, everyone fell in love with Sydney Sweeney. And Sydney Sweeney had fallen in love with, I want to say, Joshua Davino?
Some dude.
Some fucking bozo.
Some boner.
Dude, some actual bozo. And there was, I looked it up, a 14-year age gap in this relationship.
Yeah.
No. That's the official stance of the.
I never had this problem because I aim up. Like, my girlfriend's about to be 26. Like, I'm
Damn, cougar, dude.
She's a woman.
And so you are in love now.
So in love.
And that's going well.
Very well.
And
to get on the Sydney Sweeney topic, because I'm assuming your next question is who's going to be Sydney Sweeney's
who's she? And
next man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be the next one.
Right.
But maybe in 2 or 3. Because I told my girlfriend.
Did you say that?
I told my girlfriend. I told her, I was like, listen, like, you know, Dua Lipa's in there. But I was
right.
Listen, like, I think you will be my first and my fourth wife. Like, we will start this together. We will end this together.
Did you tell her that?
And then I told her, yeah. And I was like, Dua Lipa, you know, she'll be number 2, obviously.
Sweetie,
and then now we know number 3, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, Sydney Sweeney's only like what, 26, 27. Like that's in the range.
Yeah,
I'm charming
for you. Yeah. And she took that well. She was fine to hear that.
Obviously not. I'm kidding.
Yeah, right,
she goes, yeah, you'll be my first and my third.
Nice.
She's like, I'll get it right the second time and settle back for you.
And then he'll die tragically.
I'll put out a hit with my mom ties. Yo, Drake, I got to run through the 6.
The mom and I got ties.
Yeah, don't come to the 6.
You know, I read that Sydney is not looking to date around. She's serious. She wants to find the one and settle down. And
I might be the 2.
You might be the 2. I'm not the one.
If I'm the 3, 4, 5, I'm happy. Sydney, if you want a boyish man, who can make you laugh, cry, sing, learn to really love,
baila,
I will happily be that for you.
Yeah.
In about 15 years.
After my first and second marriage.
Right.
To Katie. Can I say her name?
Yes.
Katie and Dua Lipa.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, though, Katie's...
You like her more than Dua Lipa?
Yeah, bro.
That's nice, dude.
I've been on Instagram like, who's Dua?
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding, dude.
Who's Dua, dude? My baby girl's way hotter than her.
Yeah.
And nicer, and she likes you.
Yeah, she's so nice. She's the nicest person ever. Like, she loved getting to meet you guys and like getting to meet everybody.
Cool.
Was very happy that she was included at your birthday. Like, she,
of course, yeah.
Very much like is like an expansion of my world.
Nice.
I hope to be the same for her.
Yeah.
She's very, very supportive. She's very sweet. She's very funny.
Yeah.
She's very nice.
Cool.
She's very attractive.
Yeah.
Like, she's awesome.
Yeah.
All around great. And she like has a couple voice memos on the album. Like,
oh, cool. She loves some voice
very
memos.
supportive
She left
of the music.
a message. Yeah.
You know, and like likes to listen to the songs. Knows what's going on. She likes to. She's like, yeah, you do have to make a movie.
Yeah.
You know,
she's pushing you in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And she works so hard. She's such a hard worker, great worker, and we very much like. If you need to do your thing tonight, we'll find the next night to hang out. Like,
nice.
We also live 3 minutes apart from each other.
Yeah, that's huge.
I can walk to her place.
Yeah.
Like we've done a very great job of both being in creative fields.
Yeah.
And having to work extensive hours.
Okay.
And make time for each other. And I don't know.
That's beautiful, man. Well, and she's a friend of the show. And
yeah, you know what everyone says to me though? They're like, wow, Will, you have a girlfriend? Wow, you're this whipped? I'm like, why is this a surprise?
You've always been a lover boy, yeah. You've always been.
I love Drake, man.
Hey, you're certified. Well, I guess what I really wanted to ask was, do you think I could be Sweeney's next?
I think you do have a chance.
Yeah,
genuinely.
I got a shot.
I think all it takes is one meeting to go well.
Right.
And maybe you won't be the next, but you'll be the guy in the back of her mind.
Stick in her
always
head.
wonder.
Yeah.
Always wonder. Like you need to cross paths with her, not here, but in somewhere random.
I need to run
have
into
just
her.
like a great 15-minute conversation.
Right? Just fire off a couple like really witty off the cuff one-liners.
That, and you just gotta be yourself.
Right.
And because there's gonna be a lot of phony people.
I
going
know,
after
dude.
her.
She needs to meet somebody real.
She's gonna get too much attention.
Yeah.
And if you just like let her be
Just be
her
real,
and just
yeah.
you be you, like, what's to stop it?
I think we could vibe. Like, I think she's got a good sense of humor. Like, I think I can make her laugh. Like,
Yeah, you love Trump. She loves Trump.
we both love Hexep, actually. We're Hexep heads.
Exactly.
But, you know, I just...
She loves cars. You have a car you drive.
I do. I own a vehicle. I lease to own a vehicle. I couldn't probably give her the life of luxury that Davino did.
Yeah, but like, what's all that when there's not real love?
Don't you think she wants to like feel like something real again? Like,
It's worth seeking fulfillment.
I know, dude. And
And when you're that big, you can't even walk in public anywhere. But if she's with you, like, she won't have to worry about that.
people would just be like, "That's not Sydney Sweeney."
Exactly.
There's no way.
There's no way. Like, what you want is to walk in with your girl. And people will be like, what is she doing with that guy? Why do you think I'm so happy right now in this relationship?
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
and I'm secure. Like, I won't.
yeah.
I know.
You're not threatened when
He's
like
just,
Glenn Powell
making out
comes
with
in.
Glenn Powell. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's fine. I get it.
Like, I would do it.
I totally get it,
Yeah.
babe. Don't worry. I'll be here when you're back from set, and maybe I'll make you some soup.
It's key to a woman's heart.
That's right. And
Dude, you know what's a good way to do the soup thing?
What's
Easy?
that?
Gelson's.
Gelson's?
But yeah.
They sell the soup?
Yeah, like $7-8. You get some
Oh,
soup. It's
I
pretty
do
good.
like
Pretty
that.
healthy.
I got a big thing of ramen today. That's what I ate before this.
Nice, yeah.
We're reaching
Katie
the end
and
of the podcast. You can tell. I was
Exactly.
talking about lunch.
Yeah, well, Katie and I got some Joe in the Juice.
What's this?
I don't know, some spot in Brentwood.
Okay, it's
good.
a juice bar?
Yeah, they got sandwiches.
Okay.
Gluten-free bread. Dude, I was in gluten-free heaven at the farmer's
Right.
market today.
Right.
Like, I was free sampling everything. And then it's Brentwood, bro. They're like, everything's gluten-free, dairy-free, made with whole ingredients, very healthy for you, and $100.
You're like,
I'll sample it.
Okay, cool, yeah.
I'll sample it. But
Wait,
yeah.
And did you found
Some
out you were
shit salad.
gluten free late in life, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
found
gluten
out
allergy.
like the start of my senior year of college.
Okay, so how's that sort of been going? How's your...
Well, dude, I'm in LA. This is gluten-free. California is gluten-free heaven. There's so many things. Dude, I'm having bagels that are good. I'm having like
Wow, that actually is
burgers. I'm
interesting.
having like cake.
Yeah.
I'm having babka. I'm having like there's so many delicious, incredible gluten-free options here. I couldn't be in a better place. And like street tacos, corn tortillas.
Yeah, corn tortilla.
Like, there's a lot of food in LA that's pretty big, like Mexican food, Thai
Yeah.
food. Like those foods are very gluten friendly.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of like I can have Chinese food here.
yeah, yeah.
I can't have Chinese food at home.
Right.
Like I can have Chinese food with full sauce.
Yeah, that's huge.
I can go to Kung Pao Bistro down the street and have some robot chicken.
Robot chicken?
It's good, yeah.
Okay.
I can
That's
go
interesting.
to Maxim Chinese on Hollywood Boulevard. All these $20 spots, you know, and have
Yeah, these spots he's
a
got
big,
out for.
yeah, and have a big thing of honey walnut shrimp and be so happy. I'd never had to get honey walnut. Dude, even the soy sauce they give you to go is gluten free. Like
That's huge, man.
life is good.
You're living well. Well,
I mean, like thinking about like my first, not even a year, I went from like coming in starry eyed, not having a place
went
to
behind the
be,
years.
to being a coffee boy.
Yeah,
I love it.
You're making it, man.
To all my roommates back in college who were making fun of me for going out to become a barista,
Get fucked.
I get the coffee from the barista.
Guess what, buddy? I'm on Dune. Get
I
fucked.
am like the instant barista. Though. Like I do
Yeah,
the
right.
coffee in the morning. But like it's
Dude, a foot in the door is a foot in the door.
It's an amazing foot in the door. Couldn't be a better, truly could not be a better situation. I'm so grateful, and I don't know what's
Thank
gonna
you to all the
happen
good
next.
folks at
But I'm just
HBO.
kind of like the right things will find me.
I love it. Positive attitude, onwards
That's
and
what you
upwards.
need. Hey, the horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Let's ride.
That's right. Okay. Well, is there anything you'd like to plug? You know,
Yeah, the music.
the music. Young XP on Spotify,
everywhere.
Apple Music, every
The
platform.
Young XP.
The Young XP. Right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. Can't
And
get the
you
the
can't
dropped.
get the off of it.
No, I made it in like high school, bro.
Yeah.
My bad. I was, trying
Sorry, I
to
thought it was gonna be the
yeah.
one.
Yeah, and then the one, and got to plug Dune Prophecy.
Dune
Watch the first
Prophecy.
season.
Watch Dune Prophecy on HBO Max.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great show
On Max.
on HBO Max, HBO and Max.
On
Made the
HBO.
crossover.
Okay, got it.
And I would like to plug just like everybody who's working at their dreams.
That's nice.
Because not a lot of people have the courage to do something like that.
Mm.
And you know, times go up and down. I've been very, very lucky here. Very lucky. And I hope it continues. But at the same time, all we can be is good people and hard workers.
Fucking men, brother. Yeah.
And the guy at lunch who makes everybody laugh here and there. Like, you gotta be a glue guy.
You gotta be funny. Yeah,
you gotta be funny. You gotta be, hey,
laugh and be kind to
oh,
one
God,
another.
I said a bad joke at work in like the first 2 months. And someone was like, yeah, you can hop over the balcony. And I was like, oh, fuck. I just got here.
I'm digging up from that hole for the rest of my tenure.
Yeah, I know, but it's, yeah. I mean, also, the thing is, like, these writers are funny. A lot of laughs at work.
Yeah,
like, being in an environment where you like the people and can laugh during the day is such a privilege.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm going to shout out the other assistants, Wes and Kelsey. Because, like, going to work and just having other people to talk to and, like,
people going through the same
with.
thing that you're going through.
Yeah, and just, like, it's just fun. And they've done this longer than me. They both are incredible writers and, like, have stuff going on. And it's just, like, cool to be friends with people and learn from them and just, like, feel like you meet people that you'll continue to keep up with and be friends with. Like, that, beautiful. Like, is the best thing.
That's why you come out here, man. That's why you do it.
I mean, that's why we did MADS, right?
Yes, sir.
That's how we met.
William. Your full name is William.
Wilford. It is William.
Oh, it is William.
My parents call me Wilford.
Wilford's nice. I kind of like
Wilford.
Wilford. Man, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you, to have you on the show. I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. Obviously, we'll be in touch soon to build together, link and build.
We're about to make you a star.
I've been waiting for somebody to see my potential and turn me into a star, and I think you might be the one.
I'm gonna make you dig deep.
Sounds great.
Be ready to be vulnerable,
dude,
and
easy.
Courageous.
Done.
And have a bidet squirt in your face.
I can do it.
Clean water.
I'll work on. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll do it. Instagram @
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Will.Chehab.
Will.Chehab on Instagram. Follow me at Hunter M. Davidson. Follow Marissa at Marissa.
Oh, one last thing we forgot to talk about this. XP shoe deal on the way.
XP what?
Shoe deal.
The Young XP signature shoe. We do have
prototype
to talk
on the
about
way.
This. Okay, and
I'll be back.
Who are you? What is the what shoe company? How are you designing this shoe?
Matiz.
That's all we can know about the shoe right now.
Exactly.
Just follow.
First pair's on its way here.
Follow Will.Chehab because the Air XP. Are we calling it the Air XP? Should I bleep that?
I don't know what the name is going to be yet, or like the Cosmo ones.
The Cosmo ones?
Yeah, because we have the Cosmo. That's
Cosmo
the
logo.
Cosmo.
Okay.
The Cosmo
all right.
logo on there.
The Cosmo ones, the Air XPs, the Young XP shoe deal. Follow Will.Chehab to be posted when that drops.
Yep.
At Marissa.Dutton, at Hunter Davidson Radio Hour. That's all Instagram. At THD.Radio Hour on TikTok. Is that correct?
I don't remember.
All right, we'll put
Look
it
him up on
we'll
TikTok.
Figure it out. Find us on TikTok. And we love you guys.
Let's ride.
Thanks for watching.